What is something you consider yourself pretty above average at? I'm pretty good at opening tiny 2 ml tubes, flip top or screw cap, one-handed. For some reason I have a stunning memory for numbers. Facial recognition / names, I'm awful at. But I only need to see a phone number or even a credit / debit card number once and I'll remember it. Organizing rooms. When I was little I had so much fun cleaning and organizing my friend's room, whenever we met. I don't know why, but it still lets me feel good. Being handy. People are always so surprised that I just seem to MacGyver my way through life. Pretty good memory. That helped a lot in high school. Sword fighting only because most people don't do it. Being a brother. I kinda had to raise my sister, because our parents didn't really care. I taught her cooking, cleaning, helped her with school stuff, and the basic stuff about life. She's now acing college and I'm prouder than ever. Typing. I took one of those online testing thingies and the best score I got was 123 WPM. I always get asked to type things for people and I love it. Animal husbandry. I've raised and tended my own horses, donkeys, goats, chickens, cats, dogs, mice, rehabbed wild animals for re-release, and rescued domesticated ones. It is not hard to own animals, but it's hard to care for them properly and give them exactly what they need to thrive both physically and mentally. Getting somewhere on time. Seems like I'm the only one that can do it. Everyone else I know is always running late. Public speaking. I just don't get nervous about it. I make sure I'm prepared and then remind myself that I'm the expert in what I'm talking about. Edit. I should clarify that I don't think I'm an actual expert on anything. It's more like a I know more about this topic than anyone else in this room mentality because I'm prepared. Befriending cats. I'm a cat magnet for some reason. Reading. I have an ability to ready very quickly, synthesize information and retain it. Sleeping. I can go to sleep and wake up exactly when I want. I can sleep for 1 hour on command with no alarm. I can sleep for 8 hours no problem. I also learned in boot camp that if I focus I will also not move in my sleep. As well, I can lucid dream easily. Falling asleep. Takes me about 30 seconds from head hitting the pillow to dead asleep. Fighting. I've been doing some form of combat sport since childhood. Wrestle, boxing, judo, TKD, jiu-jitsu, Muay Thai. I've done it all. Making flavored coffees and hot chocolates at home. I feel like I have my own private coffee shop at a fraction if the cost per cup. Collecting skills. I know how to weld, do plumbing, carpentry, any kind of construction work, cooking, baking, machine sewing, gardening, fixing a car. People seem to underestimate the value of these kind of things. I've written somewhere between 1 and 2 million words of erotica over the past 6 or so years. My dirty talk is off the hook. Living a long time. I'm 78 and getting ready to go outside and cut the grass in my backyard. Wait. Drawing. Having a good memory. I remember literally everyone's birthdays and anniversaries and all. People are impressed by that shit. Edit. I have a great memory for everything except my dreams. Like I'll know what I dreamt after I wake up, but like 2 minutes later it just vanishes. All of your comments are making me feel so special and nice. This is happiest I've been to have a good memory. Edit. I'm gonna be a cliché Reddit user, but thanks so much for the silver award. This is my first medal and you just made my day. Well, night. But whoever it is, thanks a lot. You're amazing. Thanks for the gold award. I love you all so much. Fishing. Honestly, sometimes I feel like my luck is unnatural. Every time I go fishing, all I need is a rod, some bait, and 2 minutes, tops. My father-in-law really hates me for this. Learning new skills. I catch lightning fast, whether it's learning a software program, how to play a sport, speaking a language. My problem has always been staying power, sticking with something after I've begun learning it. Luckily I fixed that problem and life is good. I think I'm above average at being me. Being a dad, it's the main thing I wanted to be my entire life, and I think I do an above average job at it. Working a reference to the Dunning-Kruger effect into conversations. Procrastinating. Strategy games. Especially card games. Cooking. I worked for 2 years in kitchens before finding my feet in my career, and it ignited a passion in me for the culinary arts. Ironically, it does not take that much effort to become above average at cooking, since so many people eschew the idea of it. Realistically, you could learn to make any dish in a sauté pan and a coordinating pan sauce, and you would likely be above average on those merits alone. That only opens you up to the world of sous vide, and braising, and smoking, and roasting, and imbuing flavors systematically to create depth and complexity by balancing sweet, spicy, acid and salt. Even learning how to properly season your meals with salt and fresh ground black pepper can make a world of difference. Age. I'm older than the average person on Earth. I'm like a master at it. Check me now, check me when I've had my worst day, or check me when I'm totally drunk, and I always 100% deliver on being older than average. Poor. On long-term disability. On the plus side, I've learned to survive on very little and have no debt, having spent over a decade struggling to get out from under it. I never want to go back there again. Being repetitive, been working for this company for 10 plus years. I'm eating almost the same food every lunchtime. I just don't want to spend energy thinking what to eat, beaming face with smiling eyes. This is obnoxious to say, but I'm pretty good at getting laughs out of people. My brother does some amateur stand-up circuit stuff. We will call each other and just pitch bits and riff, and he ends up using some in his act too. He's been telling me to go to an open mic. I want to, but I haven't yet. Spelling. Was just having a nice day and you had to remind me this. Gaming, not the best, but I'm better than some. I'm good at growing plants. Sort of doesn't count because it's my job, but I feel that I could survive on my own agricultural talents in the right climate. Relative to the world, filthy rich. Relative to the US, poor. I'm not unhappy though, and I'm not worried about paying the bills and keeping food on the table though. But I think I'd be defined as poor based on my income in the US. Screwing up. Programming. While I'm not great and I know many who are better than me, I can code in 4 languages now, which is pretty neat. Java, C++, Python, C#. Almost all video games. Always the best of my friend group, but then I go to tournaments and get destroyed. Knowing when to reset the Wi-Fi router. I'm a great listener. I really don't like to talk much. Staying a virgin. Being a ridiculous human being. Working. Just plain and simple working. A lot of people don't care about their job and the turnout is shitty workers. I see it everywhere. Whereas I actually like and care about my job and run circles around everyone, making them look bad. Understanding music. But then again, I am a music student. Sticking to a fitness plan. I've been keeping a fitness log for over 400 days. I count calories, work out, log nutrition, and weight. As I get older, I find that there just isn't any wiggle room when it comes to my health. What used to be very easy, staying physically fit, is now a full-time job. Other people I know through work or members of my family complain about needing to make a change for the better, but they generally give up after a week or so. Most people find it difficult to modify their eating habits or get motivated to work out. Over-texting. Loving. I am a very loving person. Definitely driving. I tried to think of something but couldn't come up with anything, and now I'm sad. Sad face. Failing at life. Procrastinating. I'll elaborate later. Emotional intelligence. Kinda had to when I was raised by someone who had none. He had no control or restraint of his emotions, so I had to be the calming force in every interaction. When I'm with my friends and we're getting into heated arguments over stupid shit for the fun of it, then I will. But in any serious, genuine confrontation, I never yell or name call. Everything until I try to do it. Reciting. I've taken different classes for a few years and I think I'm pretty good at knowing when to make letters light or heavy / how to end an ayat, etc. Height. 6 feet 4 inches and no one can tell me I'm not above average at it. The game 2048. I always get to 4096 and I never saw anyone play it IRL, so mad. Apparently language, I'm have high functioning autism, with an above average IQ when it comes to language. Which is weird cause I'm shit at talking. My job. It is sort of a specialized position as well. Making fart noises with the palms of my hands. Mathematics. I must admit that I am a second-year Bachelor Applied Mathematics student, but I think I'm quite good at it even compared to other students. I like doing it and think a lot about it, so that helps. Edit. In a broader sense, I'm just good at abstract thinking. That being said, I am terrible at simple practical things. I often greatly overcomplicate those. Overanalyzing and overthinking. Using turn signals. I read fast AF. Geography. I don't know why, I just like looking at maps. Trivia contests. I usually place in the top 3. Memorization. I hear about people struggling to memorize more than 30 things even when using visualization, and I'm just able to drill things into my brain and remember them with nothing more than slight patterns. I might start trying the visualization though, because I want to memorize pi until the Feynman point, 6 nines in a row at around 700 digits, and I'm only halfway there. I'm above average at having bad luck for sure. In the past 3 months, I've been attacked by my drunk child abusing landlord. The landlord then lied to the police and got me arrested. It was his own child's statement that got me released. Literally all of my belongings were thrown out by said landlord and I'm having to sue him. The court date isn't for 3 months. So winter with no warm clothes it is. Been living in a motel for the past 3 months at $1,700/month. I got a boxer's fracture from tripping and falling. I fell into a sprinkler system access hole and severely sprained my ankle. Still hurts like crazy after a month now. And I'm sure there will be some more things to add to the list. The one upside of all of my bad luck is that my landlord lost custody of his kid that he abused and the kid is now happily living with his mom. Ruining relationships? Is that a category? Essay writing. It's the one type of assignment that I never get stuck on. I've got my process down well enough that I wrote a 9-page draft in about an hour last week. I was nominated by one of my teachers for a related grant recently, but I'm a physics major. I think I'm better than most 23-year-olds at cooking. Not a prodigy but pretty good. I feel like I'm average for where I live, but I'm on the lower end of average. I pay all of my bills, I have a car, and I eat out too much. I am even working on building up my savings account. It's only at about $500 right now, but it's better than I've ever done before. Making things that are fun into just a shit time for myself. Well, I ain't good at anything. Thumbs up. I feel I have a very easy time socializing with different types of people. I grew up bilingual and in an area with a lot of immigrants, so I've learned different cultures and their perspective on life. I think this has stuck because I rarely find myself being clueless on what to talk about. Stomach to gore stuff. I can literally watch someone cut in half in front of me and eat some barbecue a few seconds later.